When I was in high school, I played basketball, but then I got to college and I sat for 2 years and I forgot what I used to feel like. I forgot what it felt like when I was at the peak of my athletic career. I could basically dunk. I was as agile as I had ever been. I had already lost some weight, but I just felt so good about myself. And then all of a sudden, like that entire side of my life was gone. I no longer had to not even think about how I was gonna get cardio in that day, because what do you mean? I have a 2 hour basketball practice or I have a 2 hour game. And it didn't click for me until all of a sudden I went from 200 pounds in high school to 230 pounds within the first couple months of being at school. I really wondered what happened to myself. How did I all of a sudden get to 230 pounds, the heaviest I'd ever been in my life? And on top of that, I just overall didn't feel as good. My hips were tight, my back was tight, and it was all because I was sitting for so many hours in a day that was the connection. That's why I want to talk to you about what actually caused that pain for myself, because if you're a student or you just sit all day in general, you know the feeling. And the good news is there is a way to fix it. Here's what you have to understand. This is not permanent. This is not just, oh, I'm getting older. Oh, I guess I just have bad genetics all of a sudden. No, it is a direct result of your lifestyle. It's a result of your decisions that you're making every single day. And these decisions can change. You don't have to wake up every day in a body that hurts, that's sore, that just feels stiff and tight, and you don't like looking at. You don't have to live like that. There's a very specific and learnable way out of this. Let me show you. So why does this happen? Where is this pain coming from? Well, when you're sitting for such a long period of time, your hip flexors, they're in a relaxed position. And when they stay like that for so long, they don't like to then be stretched. And over time, they get so used to sitting like that then all of a sudden your pelvis starts to shift forward and your back starts to feel it now. On top of that, your hip flexors also shut off your glutes. And so now your lower back is taking the pain for your glutes and your hip flexors. It's having to compensate for the weakness in your hips and glutes. So your lower back pain and hip tightness is not random. There is a fixable approach to it. The first thing you can do is stretches. On screen now are a couple of my favorite stretches. If you were able to get in the habit of doing these consistently, I mean every day, maybe even twice a day if you have really bad pain, you're going to start to feel so much better. Trust me, maybe it hurts in the moment while you're stretching. That's fair and that's expected when you're this tight. But once you get done, you will stand up and you will feel so much better, which is great. That is super, super helpful. And now we're on the right track. But if you only stretch and don't change your lifestyle, that tightness is gonna come right back the next day. So fixing your lifestyle, beyond stretching, you have to be getting steps in. A good goal is 10,000 steps, and that's really hard to do when you're sitting at a desk for 9+ hours a day. Trust me, that's what I do. But that just means you have to be very particular with how you can break up the sitting so that you can move. For example, going to the bathroom, take a longer route or take a 5-minute walk after. If you're in school, in between classes, don't walk straight from class to class and sit down immediately. You have a little bit of time in between for a reason. Walk a little bit. During phone calls, get up and walk. After meals, go for a 5 to 15-minute walk. Not only will it help with getting your steps in, it'll help with your digestion and your blood sugar, which will also help you feel a lot better and not as sluggish. Okay, so you're stretching and you're getting steps in. That's a great way to manage the stiffness and pain that you're feeling. But now you need something to rebuild you, and that is exactly what lifting weights will do for you. Remember the weak glutes I talked about? You need to be weight training so that you can build that strength back up. This will also help you with your posture, allow you to sit more straight up because you actually have muscle there. This is how you're able to pivot from just damage control to actually building something sustainable. So if this is you, you're sitting all day, you have glute pain, you have hip flexor pain, you have lower back pain, and you don't know where to start to feel better, that is the exact kind of people that I help. I know your exact pain. That is why I have this account made. Follow along. I post content about this all the time. And if you're interested in going deeper on it, you can always DM me or fill out the form in my link tree. I would love to get to know you on a deeper level.